So, intelligence operations. The intelligence operations may vary with such factors as staff attitudes, available personnel, funds, and the actual field situation. The approach concerned itself principally with the larger police organization in highly urbanized places. However, the practices and field activities will have a general application to intelligence collection agencies. So, what are the intelligence operations? Intelligence operations refer to a number of tasks such as identification activity, surveillance and casing, informant recruitment, liaison activities, news clipping services, debriefings, and other miscellaneous activities. These different tasks are part of the actions that go into preparation of the intelligence product. Process of identification activities. So the process of identification activities are the following. Individuals. The identification of surveillance and casting of individuals involved in crimes and supervisions consume a considerable part of the police intelligence operation activities. Therefore, the identification of the associates and relatives of organized crime and subversive personalities is vital to the final intelligence product after careful analysis, validation, and interpretation. It is over time the answer to the question who owns who in the community. A considerable amount of time is also spent in the identification of minority leaders, transient agitators, and local leaders. The identification and surveillance of nomadic hoodlums and casing of their liars are also important. So sa individuals, kinakailangan nga masayra naton do pagkakakilanlan ito yung mga individuals ngayon kung siin sa lugar halin, kung sino do anong mga leaders, kung sino do dapat na i-contact or tawaan baga warning or kung kanyo kung sino do yung mga leaders nga nanda sa anang community para need ron ma-identify para makabuo ba sila further information about sa diin nga ron nga individual nga naka-committed crime. And next is organization number 2. The identification of organization alien to the police purposes as established by the law and recent custom is necessary activity of an intelligence unit. The origin and development of this organization coupled with the identification of officers and members of the target organizations include their attitudes are as important as their stated or implied purposes. So militant organization which can disrupt the community or destroy lives and properties need to be covered by alert police management. Subversive organization, particularly those that advocate the violent overthrow of the July constituted government, need to be identified and kept under surveillance. So sa organization, dahil mga organization nga against or may layunin nga bukot manami sa aton nga community or dahil mga organization or grupo-grupo ba mga criminals ginatawag, and it is need to be identified para makip imo under surveillance agud mabantayan ba ng hugag ag ma-prevent do makomit na nga crime. Next is locations. Number 3. Location which prominent gangland personalities frequent needs to be identified. So, we have to identify the location of prominent gangland or mga ginatawag nga mga tao baga sa lugar nga ginatawag nga sa lugar nga ron ababo gidang criminal. The majority of most prominent hoodlums frequent a limited number of locations. The identification of their residents and businesses are also important to the police intelligence operation. The identification of their neighborhoods may also be consistent with effective field operation. Number four, motor vehicles. Early identification of motor vehicles used by hoodlums, subversive or union racketeers is vital. In the highly mobile society, rarely is a crime committed without the use of motor vehicle. In some phase of the crime, moreover, many police intelligence collection agencies maintain a current motor vehicle file with methods of rapid search based on their premise. So, di kara, we have to identify ano ba ang mga motor vehicles nga ginagamit it mga criminal para easy ang baga sa mga police na masayran yagi kung sinoro tag-ana ba kato kung sino do nag-commit ito tong crime based sa mga records nga haget na before. And then, number 5, telephone numbers. The identification of telephone numbers belonging to anyone within the intelligence scope of operation is important. Each time a telephone number is required, many agencies will enter into separate file, usually indexing into the last 3 or 4 digits. Some agency alphabetize and cross-index their telephone number or file. So, kara, we have to identify the telephone numbers nga ginagamit ibang mga tao para for operation purposes. Para sa ito ginanda kung sino ay contact just in case may mag-report man. And then number 6, informants. Probably one of the most important aspects of the identification and discovery of activities of police intelligence operations is the identification of potential informants. More specifically, it is vital that field operation identify individual or group personalities that may have a high probability for recruitment. So sa informants, di karahay gina-identify it mga police kung sino do mga possible nga ma-recruit nanda para magtimbre baga kanait anang mga nasasayran with regard sa case na gustong sa case nga gustong nga may masayran do mga police. Next, requisites of liaison activities. So the following are the requisites of liaison activities. In general, number 1, probably the main reasons more people do not actively assist the police lies in simple fact that the police fail to personally solicit their help. Liaison is a little more than making friends to those who have access to an intelligence item, particularly people within the organization and record system. A liaison program is one of the principal activities of police intelligence operations. A limited liaison program will usually produce a limited intelligence product. So, what first is liaison? So, liaison is a strong bond between a two person. It is a strong connection or you have a mutual understanding. So, number 2, a specific assignment. One of the essential ingredients of a successful liaison program is the specific assignment of a personnel to a specific target. With a full realization that staff requests are usually in a constant state of change consistent with the situation, liaison assignment will also be subject to some change. So, sambilog ko no, sa pinaka-importante nga obrahon para maging successful do liaison program, hay dapat magkaroon kita specific nga assignment sa tawuhan nga may specific man nga target. Para maging focus lat agid imaw sa ana nga assignment nga intended niya para kitagid kana. However, generally speaking, it is necessary to have constant liaison program involving specific assignment of personnel with the following. Number one is credit agencies. Number two, utility companies. Number three, law enforcement of all types. Number four, the press. Number five, labor unions. And number six, the telephone companies. A second ingredient of an effective liaison program is the reporting requirements. All teams conducting liaison should be required to make a daily report regarding the acquisition of intelligence data. The formalized uh, reporting requirements is absolutely essential. However, the methods and approaches may differ. So, the second nga, pinaka-importante ko no, para maging effective do liaison program is the reporting requirements. So, kana, ay dapat gid nga maging active gid nga magkaroon gid kita at daily nga reports with regard sa acquisition it intelligence data. Next, a liaison program is dependent upon several features, assuming that competent personnel have been assigned to the unit they cannot forego at this point. Competent personnel still require funds and policies, guidelines regarding the use of funds in liaison requirements. A cup of coffee or a lunch or dinner can in many times open the doors in files that could never be opened otherwise. The development of effective liaison program cannot fail to take this into account. And number three, the press liaison. Any police organization that fails to remember that the press always has the last word in slated for trouble. An alert news media can be one of the most powerful forces in the community in fighting the activities of organized crime. Hence, liaison will be the press, therefore, is essential. Within most major metropolitan newspapers, the intelligence operatives may find some reporters who are more than journalists. Some have an vocation which includes the study of investigation or of organized crimes and subversive movements. Active liaison with a number of press also have a secondary intelligence operations. Value beyond access to a morgue of a past publication. They are capable of creating considerable cybernetic damage to the hoodlum hierarchy. Public implication that one or more members of the gangster crowd may be cooperating with the law enforcement creates a volatile situation which causes them to make mistakes. So, press liaison. So, in any police organization, hindi kita maduga do press. Because sandara tao sambilog sa mabaho nga bulig sa pagkandak mga operation is mga police. Because sandara tao last words sa syempre when sa night news hay nagatao sa night warning sa mga tao, and also medyo magiging banta man dun sa mga hoodlums or sa mga criminals. Kapin sa andang organization ito yung mga criminals ngayon, kung may una man sa ng mga grupo nga ginatawag, it can be a big impact para ma-stop or magkaroon ba awareness do mga tao para hindi yun magnaag do mga crimes. That's all.